It's considered a victory for the New Orleans City Council and people who have criticized the abundance of short-term rentals in New Orleans. Today, a federal judge okayed most of the restrictions the City Council passed last year. Meg Ferris is joining us now with reaction to that, a hot-button topic. Right, Meg?
That's correct, Katie. Well, today's ruling out of U.S. District Judge Ivan Lemelle's court could force people who already have bookings for the upcoming festivals, the Super Bowl, they could be forced to have to find a new place to stay. Now, the people who own short-term rentals now have some clarity on how to move forward. Councilman J.P. Morrell says the courts basically agreed with the city regulations on short-term rental properties.
For the most part, the vast majority of the rules, and this is dozens upon dozens of rules that we passed as a council, he upheld all of those.
There is still only one rental per square block that will be determined by a lottery, but there can be as many as 3 per square block if owners go through the exception process, getting neighbors' approval. What is changing is now certain owners who were excluded from the lottery can now be part of it.
The wrinkle that the judge did put in is that we previously prohibited usufructs and trusts from holding a permit. He says they can hold a permit. So that will be something that will probably lead to us having to redo the lottery.
There will also be a change on timing of when permits will be issued. Enforcement has been paused since last August during the litigation, but the councilman says beware if you've been operating illegally during that time.
For those people who have never had a permit and have never listed legally, they are going to get immediate cease and desist orders.
And he says there are easily 2 to 3 times the number of listings on the internet than there are permits. So there may be people who think they have a place to stay for French Quarter Fest or Jazz Fest who will be disappointed when the owner's properties are shut down.
I have zero sympathy for people who have been operating illegally this whole time and took the opportunity during the pause to operate illegally.
In the meantime, he understands that insurance and taxes are sky high and believes the city has made a pathway for honest operators to earn extra money. But he says there were too many out-of-state investors gobbling up homes.
There's a plethora of people that are investors who own swaths of residential property purely to create mini hotels. Cities are meant to be lived in, not meant to be Disneyland. And we crafted ordinances, we crafted this process to protect neighborhoods, not to protect investors. And I spoke with Mike Humphrey, and he is the managing broker of McEnery Residential, and he says they're still waiting for their attorneys to comb through this litigation, this ruling, to see exactly what it says. But he says in the meantime, it's been very frustrating for property owners who need rules that are A, easy to understand, that aren't constantly changing, and equally and evenly enforced so that they can move forward with their business. Reporting live from the French Quarter, Meg Ferris, WWL, Louisiana.
Meg, thank you so much.